Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Thick and Thin, episode 45, with Thick and Bacon. No duty this week.
Dude, he's abandoned us. He's given up on us.
He
He's doing
has
like responsible stuff and like working and being productive and all that stuff. That's bullshit. Come
being
on.
an adult. Unbelievable.
I know,
Overrated.
especially for duty. Come on. When does that ever happen?
Overrated.
Uh, Well, welcome back, everybody. Thanks for coming to the show. So far, it's just me and the Hitman alone. Oh, wait. I think we have a third person. Oh, BC Kinetic is in the room with
Yes.
us.
We didn't
Thank
really
you,
broadcast
BC.
this episode.
Good job, buddy.
Poor job of marketing this week. But yeah,
Well-
no, we wanted to try something new. So for the viewers that are watching this live, here's a new little template that we're trying out. Couldn't do this when Duty's around because he wouldn't let us try anything new. But
He's so controlling.
yeah,
He's like, no, it's my way. It's always my way. Well, this week we've got some interesting site news. Why don't you take the first little topic there?
the first is the Too Old to Play versus the World Kill 'Em All challenge from the Halo forums. Is that correct?
That's right.
What involves in it?
Well, the signups have already started. Basically, what it is, you go to the thread, you put in your name, you sign up, you say if you're willing to be a captain or not. Basically, to be a captain, you just got to make sure everybody shows up for game times and stuff. And basically, signups end on February 12th. By the end of day on the 12th and by the 15th, Wham will let us know what team you're on. And what happens is he takes everyone who signed up, you're put on a four-man team, and then what you do is you go into matchmaking and you play a certain set of games. It's in the thread. If you just go head over to the Halo forums, it'll break it down for you. Looks like it's 6 games there. And basically all you do is you go and you play your games and you try to do the best you can. And he's got some wacky algorithm there that is based upon your kill death, and then you get points based upon the other team's kill death. So if they've got like a high kill death ratio and you shit on them, then you get a whole lot more points. But if they got a low average team kill death ratio and you just barely win or you lose, then you're not going to get very many points at all. So all skill levels are welcome. Hitman's welcome. I'm welcome. Duty is not welcome. He doesn't like first-person shooters. But everybody else, come on by, have a good time. It's a lot of fun. I did the last one. You know, you get to meet some new people. You get to fart around. It's pretty chill. It's not like, oh my god, I'm going to yell at you if you die too many. You just try to do your best, and it's a good time. He does a good job running it. Wham, thank you very much for doing this again. And everyone come on out and participate. Even Deep in said he's going to play. He's going to enter the magic world of the Halo matchmaking. So it's a big thing for us.
I didn't think Deep was afraid of matchmaking.
I don't think he's afraid. I don't think he's afraid at all. I think he just, he's probably, it's not his thing, and it's not his enjoyment, his cup of tea, and I get that, and that's fine. But he's gonna take one for the team, do it for the site. It's a good form mod there. Good job, Deep. So that's about it for the Kill 'Em All.
Have you signed up? I haven't signed up yet.
I have not signed up yet. I probably will. I just keep forgetting to do it, but I will definitely hop in there and probably give it a shot. Hopefully, we'll be able to work it out and find a team that can kind of either play a little bit later because I'm on the West Coast, or get some more West Coast guys, and we'll figure it out. But we'll see. We try to do our best, and Wayman does a good job of matching everybody up. So that's good.
I did the last one, and I liked it and all, but it just seemed random. It just seemed like it depended who you ran into in matchmaking. I found, like, when we did it, I thought my team was pretty good, and then we went to matchmaking and we won 3 of our 4 games, and I thought I did pretty well. But like, seeing the scores on the other teams, like Styles was like on fire. Like, he didn't die at all, and it's like, what the hell's going on? But
Huh?
I don't know. I'll probably give this one a try, and yeah, we'll go from there.
Oh, cool. We also want to give a shout out to the other podcast of the site. It's Gaming Under the Influence, and then for you, those of you who are not aware, they used to be what hit?
They used to be Too Old to Type Radio, right?
Right.
Yes.
But now they've gone with the GUI, Gaming Under the Influence. So shout out to those guys. Thanks for tweeting our shows up there. So here's our little high five back to you. Actually, Derek, if you are listening, not D-Smooth, but the other nice one.
Code Monkey?
Code Monkey. If you could maybe, it'd be cool if you could maybe post on the site maybe some drink combinations or suggestions for Super Bowl Sunday. Maybe some quick, easy drinks we could all make that wouldn't break the bank, that'll get us hammered and have a good time on Sunday. That'd be kind of cool.
Yes, it's Super Bowl Sunday this Sunday, right?
That's right.
Who do we got playing? The 49ers and the Ravens?
Yep.
Who you got?
I don't know.
Are you gonna back the almost convicted serial killer? I mean, murder serial killer.
That's the only thing. Honestly, that's the only thing kind of blocking me from going with them, because all right, yeah, he was super douchebag, and then whatever, he cleaned up his life and got away with it, or whatever the case is, innocent or plea deal. I don't know, whatever. I don't know. I'm not a big Niners fan. I've never been a Niners fan. I used to be a Rams fan when the Rams were out here in Southern California, and they were our arch nemesis. So screw them, basically. So at this point, I don't know. I want a good game. I don't want to blow out. I'd like to see, maybe some 2-minute last scenario, maybe long bomb or something like that to win it, but who knows? We'll see. I just hope my Super Bowl squares win. That's all I care about. I got to get some numbers.
I got a pretty shitty Super Bowl square. I think I got 1 and 2.
Oh, you're done.
I know. Like,
twos are horrible.
That means the score's got to be 42-21.
Well, I mean, you could get a 12 if they had 4 field goals.
12 and 11, 12 and 21.
Yeah, 21 to 12.
Two touchdowns and no field goals.
I don't know, man. I think you're up shit creek on that one. That's pretty rough. So
yeah.
I'm gonna try to.
What else we got in site news? Too Old to Shoot is opening their clan night for Black Ops 2.
That's right. They have a weekly open clan night on, I believe it's Wednesday nights. I'm pretty sure it's Wednesday nights, and it's 9 p.m. Eastern. So contact Lala or Gunny or pretty much anyone else in Too Old to Shoot and find out the details, and I'm sure they'll let you over there and have a good time. Watch out for Lala. He'll try to, do dirty things to you, so just avoid Lala if you can. Just PM him. He's a dirty man, so... But they have a good time with that. So hit them up Wednesday nights, Too Old to Shoot.
Cool. And then what do we got in this week's gaming news? Did you hear about this THQ
being chopped off and sold out to whoever the highest bidder?
It's just terrible. THQ is such a good company.
Well,
it's terrible. Been around for so long.
Apparently, they're not that good.
Couldn't pay their bills.
That's what happens. But they did get chopped up. I know multiple companies bought them out.
They had a lot of pretty big IPs, and it's interesting who bought what. Saints Row was up for Game of the Year a couple years ago.
Yeah. Didn't EA buy something or part of it or something like that?
See, out of the news that came out from that, I was a little bit disappointed because I didn't think a lot of the big dogs bought anything that important. I thought you'd see someone big buy Saints Row or a lot of the WWE license. You thought EA was gonna get that, but the little guys, the medium guys are the ones that did a lot of the buying of their assets. Deep Silver bought Dead Island. Who's Deep Silver?
I don't know.
They also purchased Volition, the guys that made Saints Row.
Yeah.
Deep Silver, never heard of them. Now they own Saints Row. Weird.
Well, I don't necessarily hate it because a lot of times when the big companies will buy it, they'll just buy it to store the rights to it, you know?
Yeah, I guess.
From
the list that we're looking at right now, do you think that these guys are gonna close up the IPs, or like you said, or will they actually like produce stuff with it?
I think they can give a shot producing because some of those, like you said, some of those titles are good, and they're not going to have to do a lot to like build the entire game. They've already got the established game, so they can just pick it up on the cheap. Essentially, you've got a new game under your belt, and now you can maybe just push that forward, and it'll be worth them giving them that shot. So I think they'll go forward with them and really see what they can do.
The only big purchase that I saw from that list was Ubisoft. They got that South Park: The Stick of Truth. That's
really.
I think that game is gonna do really well.
Really?
Yeah, like the guys that make the show are the ones like making this game. Like it's gonna be a South Park game. So I don't know.
Could be interesting.
Ubisoft might make out like a bandit with that.
Wasn't Homefront out there too?
I think so. Yeah. Crytek bought Homefront. Crisis guys, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that might be good.
Yeah.
That might be good.
Well, we'll see. I mean, Homefront. I didn't play Homefront, but I guess they had severe network problems with the game and just super laggy. They said if of course with all games, but the people that got to play the game and when there was no lag, they said the game was actually pretty darn good, but there was just so many issues with connection and everything like that to just make it craptastic. So hopefully they can work that out, figure it out, and maybe Homefront 2 will not be such a pain in the ass.
Hopefully. It would be pretty good to see a Homefront game in the CryEngine.
Yeah. I think it'll look pretty good. Their engine's great.
Other than that, I didn't really see anything interesting from that. They only raised $72 million.
Did they say how much they were hoping to raise?
I think they were looking for 150.
Oh, half.
Yeah, they got pretty much half.
Oh, that's horrible. Well, it is what it is. I mean, it's not like they were going to get a premium penny.
Yeah,
they're going through that financial problems, and people are going to buy it on the cheap. So, I mean, there was also showing out there of I think Joystick and a couple of other sites had the actual purchase price for each section. And it's the next closest bid and everything like that, and nobody really overpaid a whole lot compared to the next previous bid. So it was little increments, and then you finally got to that final winner, but it wasn't anything crazy.
Interesting. What else we got for gaming news?
Well, it's a Wii U
yes.
explosion. Why don't you talk about that? Because I do not follow the Wii U. It's not my deal.
I have to say, after this announcement, this is actually last week's news. Since we took last week off, we'll talk a little bit about last week's news. But no, when I heard about this last week, I have to say, I think I might go out and buy a Wii U.
What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Why?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
This was the greatest announcement Nintendo's ever made. This is such huge news.
Wait a minute, kind of like Project X is the greatest movie ever?
Oh,
is that correct?
I've been discredited forever.
Yeah. Well, break it down for us. Why are you going to all of a sudden run out and buy a Wii U?
They announced 2 Zelda games. One HD remake of Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. So how much we love HD remakes. Yeah. But this is an HD remix, so it's gonna be. It looks pretty good from the screenshots they posted.
Is it gonna have zombies too? I think it's 6 zombies in it.
No zombies.
No.
No
zombies. All right.
And they also announced a new Zelda game coming out in a couple years. Just that they're working on it. It's a new game.
A couple of years. Are they gonna be around in a couple of years?
Yeah, Nintendo will be around a couple of years.
Come on, hey, a couple of years. You think they're gonna make it after the next 2 big consoles come out and
it sounds like they're gonna go bankrupt. It's not all of a sudden it's just gonna drop off the face of the earth.
Oh no, but I mean, it's still a business. These guys just gonna keep pumping cash into it if it's not making money.
Oh,
I mean, the
yeah.
Wii was at least making money. On every unit from day one it sold, they were making money.
You really think that they're just gonna be like, after 2 years, man, we need to come out with a newer system?
I think, personally, I think they might fold up.
No,
They might fold up.
they have
They
so
might
much
fold
money in
up
the
the
chest.
console division. They might be like, you know, we'll just do the games and we'll license out games, make some money like Sega did, and then they can still do their handhelds because they still sell a billion handhelds over in the Japan land, you know, and over in Asia. They sell a buttload of handhelds over there. But go on. A couple years, we're sure we'll see.
Yeah, in a couple of years, this new guy came out and he's basically saying how we're working on a new Zelda. It's going to be different. We're starting from the ground up. You know, the usual
PR speak.
Yeah, PR speak. It does sound like they're going in a different direction. I don't think it's that Miyamoto guy doing it. So, new people, new ideas. They said that the demo they saw at E3 like 2 years ago, or whatever it was,
Yeah.
is basically what they're gonna be doing. In that demo, like everyone was raving about that demo. So we'll see. And then they announced other stuff like new Mario Kart game, Smash Brothers, the usual like Nintendo stuff that you want to hear.
Yeah.
So that's why I got the hype machine rolling. For a Nintendo
So really, it's
fanboy
really
like
changed
me,
your mind. It's like, oh, it's got those juices flowing. You're like,
Well-
yeah, gotta get me some.
The HD remake for Wind Waker comes out in March. And that's when my tax money comes in. So maybe I'll buy a Wii U for HD remake. I love Legend of Zelda. It's a system seller to me, like Halo was for the Xbox. So
Yeah. All right. You can be our guinea pig.
yes.
You can do the testing. You can be our man on the street.
I have a feeling that Derek is gonna get a Wii U before me,
Of course, Derek is gonna get a Wii U.
if he doesn't already have
He
one.
doesn't. Yeah, he just buys it anyway. So it's like, oh, it's something new. Let me just go buy it.
What else we got for news?
Well, let's see. MLG announces what's that? League of Legends.
Yes, League of Legends, Black Ops
League of
2.
Legends. Black Ops 2 for winter season. News has been out for a little bit. Of course, the same news with that. They've also dropped Halo 4 from MLG, but we'll get to that here in a couple minutes. Black Ops 2, yeah, I think it'll do well. I know that today that the team passes went on sale. The last thing I heard is that they were going to go for like $400 for a team. I'm like, damn, really? But if you order today or today and tomorrow, you got a reduced price on that. But it's supposed to be pretty pricey. But hopefully they aren't sold out as of yet. So if you've got that hot Bloppity 2 MLG team and you want to go for it, pass is still available. Get out there and get it done.
I saw the pricing for that. That's pretty pricey.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's something like it's on sale right now for like $260, but regular price is like $400 or something.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
I was
And then
like-
they also expect kids to like you have to get a hotel room.
Yeah.
And like you gotta eat and like
Yeah.
that's an expensive weekend.
And God forbid, what happens if you got, not necessarily Optic, of course they're probably going to make it the 4 days or whatnot. But what if you got some random dudes out there that just catch fire, and now they've got to get a hotel room for 3 days or 4 nights or whatever the case may be. Those guys are probably going to share a room, whatever they have to do. But still, that's probably going to be another $400 on top of that. So hopefully these kids were able to, sell some crack, get some cash, whatever they got to do.
They better just win the tournament, and that way they pay for the weekend.
Yeah, essentially, and
Like I don't think the prizes are that high, so you gotta win.
yeah,
You gotta win just to break even.
make me some money. I won't be able to go home. I got no more money.
Black Ops 2, I am a Halo fanboy and all, but I gotta give it its props. Like, the game is a Call of Duty game. It's popular. Everyone loves Call of Duty. And they did the right steps, in my opinion, to attract competitive companies like MLG. Like that whole live stream mode and theater mode and all that stuff. It geared towards like MLG pros competitive scene.
Yeah.
So that's what pisses me off about Halo. I said this months ago. This is bad that Halo's not doing it, and it ended up being right. Like Call of Duty's obviously the clear choice, even though I fucking love Halo. But
well, that's not the only reason Halo got dropped. There was a whole Virgin Gaming contract.
Yeah, but they were talking about working together, and they could have worked something out. I just don't think that it was worth the hassle to get Halo on the circuit.
I agree. I think maybe MLG would have to gone through too many hoops to appease whoever, or maybe they would have had to pay a royalty to Virgin Games. I don't know the exact details.
We also don't know the point of view of Call of Duty. We don't know if Activision was like, hey, here's a suitcase. We're putting it down here, and then walk away. Like, who knows what Activision could have done to push Call of Duty being on MLG, but we know why Halo had problems getting on MLG.
Well, I mean, Call of Duty's been on the circuit now for what, 2 years? This isn't the first year it's been on the circuit.
No, I don't think it was on the circuit last year. I know it got dropped at some point, but this is definitely the return of Call of Duty. I think it may have taken a season off, but we'll see if Halo can get back on there eventually. I don't think so.
Well, let's get to our main topic. Both our loves.
Coincidentally is
it's Halo 4. Hit and I both love the game. We do a lot of playing. Have a good time sometimes playing it and everything like that. But, they did just have an AGL tournament this past weekend, which was in Chicago. I caught a bunch of it on their Twitch stream, and it was pretty good. I mean, it's really hard when you have to try to compare it against MLG, because you have MLG with their production value and all the money behind that and what they can do, and then you have the is it AGL or
AGL?
AGL.
Arena Gaming League?
Yes. AGL, of course, they're a little more low budget, don't have the experience with it, but they still put it out there and did a pretty good job. The one problem I saw, and this was especially the case on Friday, I think, the commentators they had out there, these were kids, and if they were 21, I would be shocked. Maybe they were 22. They still did a pretty good job, but they need to curtail some of the euphemisms they used. They were using stuff like, sorry everybody, but I'm going to say what it was. They were like, oh, he just got effing raped. Did you see that? They just got raped. And, you can't say that. All right, if you're at home with your buddies and that's your thing, that's one thing. But if you're trying to put on a national televised event, you can't say that. You've got to pull back. You can't use that word as euphemism for dominating someone. You need to be a little bit more creative, especially if you want more sponsors to hop in, because that's the thing. You want to draw in sponsors. You want to get backing. You want money rolling in. You can't be saying that stuff. So later on in the weekend, they did turn it around. They got some different commentators in there, and then they started throwing some of the pros in every once in a while. And the pros actually did a pretty good job. They were a little more comfortable with it. They're a little more used to the highlights and maybe the camera on them, and a little bit, quicker with their commentary. So they did a pretty good job. And I have to give them, a high five, pound. You did a good job, but let's step it up next time. I think the next one's in New Jersey. I think that's when the next one they were talking about doing.
Yeah, no idea.
Did you catch any of it this weekend?
Yeah, I tuned in for a little. Like what you said, you hit all the same points I would have said. It seemed like a lower budget. I did notice they had chairs in the background, something that the last Halo tournament did not have.
That's right.
And they tweeted about it. It was really actually kind of funny. Like, really, like MLG couldn't buy chairs for people. Writings on the wall. But yeah, no, like the announcers, they weren't the same. And I don't know why they didn't go after the big name announcers like Walshies or Sirens or those guys from Halo Council, or they would have done it. But I know, whatever. I don't know. Maybe there's not enough money in the budget. Who knows? The only thing about AGL that I really like is they're carrying the mantle of MLG right now, like keeping Halo alive, in my opinion. Like, what is Virgin Gaming doing with that license that they have? Like,
I don't know. That was going to be my second kind of follow-up on that. If Virgin Game was smart, they would maybe funnel a little bit money over to AGL, or at least partner up with them. They'd be like, hey, we see what you guys are doing. We've got our own tournament thing. Maybe they don't want to completely dive into the Halo tournament scene. This is one way for them to do it, maybe a little bit on the cheap, to kind of see where it goes, to build it for the future. But they haven't done that, and I still have yet to see anything announced that they're officially having a Virgin Gaming Halo tournament, which just blows my mind, because why do you essentially buy the rights to do that, or be the ones that want to do that, and then not do it? The only thing I can think of maybe what they're waiting for is because this weekend what was also announced was the competitive playlist is going to be coming out mid-February. Now, they didn't give an exact date. It could be, week 2 or week 3. I think it'll probably be closer to week 3, but who knows? But it's going to be comp or competitive. They haven't officially named it, but you're going to be thinking like AGL settings, MLG settings. I don't know if you want to call it that way anymore. But they did list what it's going to be, and it's going to be the stripped-down, smaller maps, what we're traditionally used to competitive settings for Halo. So it's coming, and maybe then Virgin Gaming will either do another online tournament, which, I mean, come on. I mean, it'd be nice, but you can't drag it out like another month again. Or maybe they want to see how that playlist does, if it is somewhat popular or can hold a steady stream of players. Maybe then they'll stick a couple future tournaments out there and kind of tie together with that.
Interesting. Very interesting. The playlist. Do you really think this is a good idea?
Yeah. It needs to happen. It needs to happen. I'm sorry.
I think it's just gonna segregate the community, like how it did in the past, almost. Like I like personally, I like it because I like competitiveness. But do you really think that like Joe Schmo is gonna go into that playlist? By the way, they should call that playlist Team Hardcore.
You like Team Hardcore?
I like Team Hardcore.
I said Pro League.
Yeah.
I like Pro League, but that's what it is. I mean, Hardcore is fine. Of course, they can't do the naming of MLG. I don't think they should go MLG naming for it. I don't think they should reference that, but it definitely needs to reference something competitive, hardcore, professional, whatever, so people kind of know what to expect. And yes, it's going to be eventually ranked with the CRS, CSR, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
CSR?
CSR? Sounds like a TV show.
Aren't we on top of this information? We are quality folks.
Yes, quality.
I think it's CSR. But no, I definitely think, I think average Joe's going to go in there. I think he's going to dip his feet in and check it out. Maybe day one, well, I'll say the first week is probably going to be pretty tough because, you're going to have pros in there, you're going to have semi-pros in there, you're going to have dudes that's all they want to play, that's going to play in there. And it could be rough on guys not ready for that type of gameplay and game style and maps and everything, but why wouldn't they try it? I mean, I don't consider myself, I can only play MLG settings. I will pretty much play it all.
I agree.
I'm going to go in there. I'm looking forward to it. If matchmaking isn't your thing, all right, then that's fine. Then it's not going to hurt anyone else, because if you're not going into matchmaking, it doesn't matter what playlists are out there. So it is what it is.
I'm excited for the playlist. Personally, I am. It's good what they're doing. I think they're finally starting to notice that like this is what people want. Maybe a small percentage, but at least someone's calling for it. So no, it's exciting. Do you think that, I hate to say this, Halo is dying? Like, do you think these changes
I'm
are enough? Like, MLG drops Halo, AGL takes over, they're low budget. Um, the this last grasp of this playlist, like here's the playlist you guys have been asking for. Is it too little, too late? You think?
I I think Halo's days as holding the number one spot for any extended period of time are gone. I think it's done. It's we're on version 412 or whatever it is. Of course, it's going to grab the number one spot that first week it comes out, maybe even week two. But after that, people are moving on to whatever other game that's coming out. I don't think it's going to pull the same longevity as maybe as well, of course Halo 2 did, or even Halo 3. It's not there anymore. And if H5 came out to be the perfect Halo ever for everyone with zero problems, I don't even know if it could pull back enough people to take that number one spot again for any length of time. I think it's a top 5 game on the playlist or the weekly playlist, sure. Top 3, yeah. Top 2, I don't know. I think that's pretty tough.
It'll definitely be one in the week that it comes out in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But as for holding it, no, I don't think. I agree with you. I don't think that Halo has it anymore. I don't think it's specifically Halo's fault either. I think it's more of just like gaming in general is just so much better now. There's so many games, BioShocks, Grand Theft Autos, Call of Duties, Battlefields, and like it's not the same anymore.
Well, I think that has something to do with it, but I don't think Bungie or 343 can be absolved of any fault either. I think that Halo Reach and 343, or I'm sorry, and Halo 4 have had their issues and have been slow on the response, or slow to get stuff out, or promising one thing and then stuff not coming out. I think there is some blame to be passed on to them, and I think Bungie got tired with Halo Reach being the final one. They were like, all right, let's get through it, let's get done with this, let's put it out, let's move on. And then 343, which I don't understand, because they said they were in development for what, 3 years on the game?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
They even had people in place way back in ODST. I don't know if everybody saw that. But they had a small group way back with ODST, starting to get the wheels going, starting to talk about, transition and everything like that. And then years of putting this huge team together, and you still came up short. And that's prevalent from what Frankie said, how he apologized. And he's like, I know we wanted to put back out the best product we can. We came up short in a lot of areas, and we're sorry about that. But I'm like, come on. You had this Microsoft backing, you had multiple years of development. It wasn't like you reinvented the game completely. You made tweaks and small changes, so it wasn't anything huge, and you still came up short. So it's enough blame to be passed around to multiple people, and not just, well, there are more games out there. At least that's how I feel about it.
No, I agree with you. I feel like they took a lot of shortcuts with certain things, like just like the littlest things, like why can't you turn off music in the menu, or I can't think of anything right off the top of my head.
Or like with Deep and Old and Achy, they want rendered films,
yeah.
or even having films to share with people. You can't even do that.
Theater mode.
You've had that you've had that back since Halo 3.
Yeah.
And you can't have it in two games later. What's going on with that? I mean,
a lot of the features from the older games didn't come over to Halo 4. I don't know if they didn't have enough time, or they just took a lot of shortcuts, like I said earlier. But yeah, it just seemed like odd. There was some of the decisions they made, like not being able to drop the flag. Looking back now, that kind of seems like a lazy thing of theirs. Like they're just too lazy to make it so you could drop it. Like let's just do it so he holds it. That's the new standard now. He's holding the flag. Nobody tell him we're lazy.
I think they just wanted to try something different. I think honestly, with that specifically, they're like, let's give this a shot, and maybe that took a lot of effort to figure that out or to quote unquote perfect it, but I, I don't know. I'm as baffled as you as why a lot of this stuff is not even there, and like, and now you're gonna have your CSR come out in mid to late April. They didn't even say a part in April. They just said April. So you might as well assume the end of the month in April because
Yeah,
no way in
see,
hell it's
April's
gonna be.
way too far away.
Yeah,
And it's a feature that's not even that really that important. You can't see it in the game.
yeah, it's not even going in. That's the
You
my big
can't.
thing.
It's so annoying. Who just made the decision? Like,
Well, it's not even going to be in game, and it's still going to be almost what 6 months after the game comes out when it comes out, and you're just going to see it on the website in your smart glass on tablet or phone. Really?
maybe they're making it so you have to go to the website, like their website. Maybe this is the way of promoting it, but like kind of like Bungie.net. But it's so weird that you gotta back out of Halo, go into the Halo Waypoint app, and then you can see it, or
Well,
have a
that's the
computer
only
next
way
to
you're
you.
yeah, or your smartphone or tablet. I
Smartphone,
mean,
yeah.
come on. You've got a lot of people with, and honestly, personally, I'm not ready to give up the game just because I can't see the rank in game. I have a smartphone. I have a mini tablet. If I had to, I have a laptop access. I feel most of the players that play Halo have one of those three things that are accessible to them where they can see the rank. Would I have liked to see it in game? Yes, of course, I would like to see it in game. Is it something where I'm just going to throw up my hands and be like, "Oh, I'm done with it. I can't see the game. I can't look at my phone right over here." No, it's not that huge of a deal for me, but just the overall length for them that it's taken so long and then not be in the game, I don't understand the complexity of it. Hopefully, if they're smart, they will do like an in-depth question and answer of like why it's taken so long, and not something just to give the BS Angel and be like, use 2/3 of an update, so as many words as she can stick in there, not to get to the point of something. They need straight answers saying, this is why it took so long. We only had X amount of people able to work on it. We wanted to make sure it'd be perfect. And that's another thing. It better work perfectly. When they release it in April, whenever that is, it should work. And if they said you're going to be able to see it on your phone, anyone with an Android better be able to see it. Anyone with an iPhone better be able to see it. Anyone with a Windows phone better be able to see it. Anyone with a BlackBerry better be able to see it. Or, it should hit all browsers. There shouldn't be any waits. There shouldn't be any hiccups, because then you just screwed yourself again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree. I have the Halo Waypoint app on my iPhone, and I used it during Reach when they had that feature where like it has the radar on your phone and you can see people on it.
Yeah.
You can't play Halo like that. I had it in front of me and I still never really looked at it. So I don't know. It's got to be in game. Like I don't understand why. Like I'm not a technical computer guy or anything, but how hard is it to put a couple of graphics with some numbers on it next to your name? Like I don't know. It kind of turns me off the decisions that they've made in the last like 6 months. Like, is Halo 5 going to be good? Are they going to learn their lesson? It's on a 2-year schedule. Like, are they really going to figure this out?
I don't know. My personal feeling is of the team that is still there, you probably have 80% of the people right now working on Halo 5.
Definitely.
And 20% of the people left over are just there to do, improvements for Halo 4 and whatever. And hopefully Halo 5 will be good, but honestly at this point, I'm going to expect not. I'm going to expect the same issues and everything.
I agree. I gave him all the benefit of the doubt before this game came out, and now I'm on the other side. Now I'm just like, you guys got to earn my trust back. Like, I'm still going to play the game, don't get me wrong. I'm still a big Halo fan, but yeah, some of the decisions they've made in the last 6 months baffles me, and I don't know. They got a lot of catching up to do, especially to Call of Duty and those guys. The one good thing that they've done in the last 6 months is the hiring of Bravo. That Team Hardcore playlist has his name written all over it. So at least something good came out of them picking up Bravo. But how far along in the way of Halo 5 are they? Like, can Bravo get his fingertips on that project in time to, make the right changes?
I think so, kind of based. I think, honestly, they're going to see how this competitive playlist plays out. I don't think it's going to have to be, pulling in more numbers than Infinity Slayer or Big Team Battle, but it's going to need to be the top 4 playlists consistently for a long time. And if they can do that, then they're definitely going to hit and maybe concentrate more on that for Halo 5. And I think, like you said, Bravo, he's definitely got his hand in the pie in it. I see him tweet out to some of the guys that I'm following on Twitter that have had a lot of influence in making a lot of the maps that are currently out. And he's always asking questions about, settings,
he's been talking a lot to one of our previous guests, actually. What's his name?
Big Pop Slot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Hopefully that works out. You know what I mean? I think he's going to do a good job. That's going to be a guy that's hopefully speaking up over there, being like, all right, I understand my position here, but you really need to listen to me. And if you want your hardcore gamer to stick around, this is what you need to do.
Hopefully they listen to him. Hopefully. Yeah. The other thing with Halo is the map pack. This is one good thing in the last 6 months that they've done, I think, on top of hiring Bravo. Do you think that this map pack is gonna help Halo? It's supposed to be, what, 3 small maps?
I think... I'm sorry, I'm not 100% sure on this, but I thought they said 2 small and 1 medium.
Okay, yeah, you could be right.
I think that's it. And they did a little backpedaling when they were like, well, yeah, when they said Harvest was a small to medium map, Bravo, it may have been like a month ago, but he tweeted out, he's like, look, they incorrectly classified Harvest as a small to medium map. That is not the case. And anyone who's played it, there's no way you can think, oh, yeah, this is definitely a small... No.
I get this like vision of like Bravo going in there and being like, all right, we need to change up the way you guys classify maps. Okay, that was not a medium map at all. No. And even to mention small to medium, you're on crack. Yeah, that's what I envision him. He walking in there and like, first things first, we're changing this.
Who is this guy? He's like, I'm going to be this guy. Where's this guy? He can't classify a map any longer. He can make a map. He can design a map. Don't describe the map, whatever you do. But yeah. But that second map pack is supposed to be out
next month. End of February?
End of February?
I think so. End of February.
Well, I'm wondering if they're going to time... Well, no, because they said the playlist would be out mid-February, and then at the end of February is the other map pack. So you can probably, maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks before that second map pack, we'll get the competitive playlist. They'll probably use a lot of the Forge community maps, what they got going on right now. And probably sticking Haven in there and a couple other changes, but... We'll see how it goes. I think hope for the best.
I think Halo's on the up and up for now, but how long it'll last, we'll see. But these next couple of months are going to be exciting for Halo, so we'll see what happens.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for coming back to the show. If you want to reach Hitman, you can find him at
i6 Hitman and my gaming live stream channel at twitch.tv/Watchtower Games. I am having a Halo LAN this weekend at my place.
Everybody!
A couple of Toronto Tool to Play guys are coming. Midnighter are coming over. I'm going to be live streaming it, so if you want to check out my channel this Saturday about 6, going all night till the break of dawn.
Wow.
Yeah, come check it out. It should be good.
No,
Halo
wait a
fun.
minute. Is this Saturday?
Yeah, this Saturday.
I got like Super Bowl's on Sunday.
I know, this is a crazy weekend.
Oh my god.
The Project X of weekends.
Oh my god. Well, what if too old to play people want to show up?
No, there's already like
Come
14
on,
people coming.
Come on, no. We want to show up and land.
I pretty much invited every Toronto Too Old to Play member.
Oh.
I even invited Dixon, and he's like, what, 4 hours away?
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, you can check my Twitter there and check out my live stream for the LAN. And you, LB?
Wait a minute, you're gonna be wearing pants, right?
Oh yeah, yeah,
in the stream, and you're gonna be pantless guy or anything like that.
Nope.
Midnighter's not gonna be pantless or anything.
I cannot guarantee that.
All right, everybody. Well, if you want to reach me, you can find me at Twitter at LBSUTKE. On Xbox Live, you can find me at LBSUTKE. And on our website, of course, LBSUTKE. So that's going to do it for the show, everybody. Thanks for showing up. Thanks, chat, for showing up. Hope you guys enjoy it. And Duty, dying of fire. We own this now. It's all ours.
Yeah, you're off the show now. You're gone. We took over. We don't need you anymore.
Farewell, Duty. You be productive guy from now on. Make some money.
Be
whatever.
An adult.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Take it easy.
All right, everybody.
Later.
Later.